Hey everyone, Cooper here, host of the fine podcast you're listening to. I just want to let you know that the episode you clicked on has a format that is very heavily inspired by a podcast called The Bookening. To be clear, our thoughts and opinions in this episode are our own, but the format is very similar to this podcast. I just wanted to give you a heads up and give credit where it is due. With that out of the way, enjoy the show. Coming up next, the Chronicles of Narnia, Looking Back. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Bookin' It. I'm, of course, your humble and eloquent host, Mr. Cooper Cobbs, and joining me today are two of my very good friends, Mr. Tanner Lewis.
Howdy.
And, of course, Mr. Isaiah Ratsky.
Hello.
Back from your many vacations.
Yep.
So, welcome back, sir. How were they?
Good. Fun. But,
Excellent.
Yeah. Good break from school, too, you know?
Yeah, I know, right? Well, I guess since you've not been on for the last battle and for the silver chair, do you have any special thoughts that you'd like to share? I mean, I know that people are going to get them later when we look at how you ranked them at the very end, but anything you feel compelled to share with us about those books?
I mean, just that I thought they were both good books and, yeah, a good storyline, and, yeah, I would recommend them.
Okay. Cool. Well, by the way, me and Tanner didn't get to one thing. It's just incredible. I don't know how we didn't get to it in the last battle because we spent like
way too long.
50 minutes talking.
Yeah, it's almost double our normal one. What the heck, dude?
Anyway, we didn't talk about Susan, and I think that we need to talk about it. If you recall, Susan for some reason is not in the afterlife because she didn't die, but also because Lewis implies like she's not a friend of Narnia anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I was wondering, like, how have you guys interpreted that passage over the years? Like, I've always interpreted, well, Susan is not a believer anymore.
Yeah,
she's not a metaphorical Christian anymore, or never was. And so that's how I've interpreted it. But some people have interpreted it differently. Like Susan repented after all her family died, because that's what happens at the end of the last battle. But I don't know. How do you guys read that passage?
No, I'm mainly interpreted as what you said in the beginning. Like, she wasn't a believer, like a true believer.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, that's traditionally how I've thought about it, but in this last one, I leaned towards the second opinion after my...
Yeah, I mean, I want it to be the second one.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
I don't know if that's my wishful thinking in that instance now, like looking back at it, but I feel like that. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, I think that Lewis, me and Tim talked about this at length again, was the idea that Lewis is writing an end times novel, really. And Christ says, the love of many will grow cold, many will fall away in the last days. So for me, like, in the whole scheme of like what Lewis is trying to do, it makes sense for the first interpretation, you know, that she's not a friend of Narnia and will never be. But anyway, I just thought it was interesting, and I've always thought about that, and it's always an interesting part of Last Battle. And some people have claimed that he's being like, you know, misogynistic or something like that, but I don't know. I think it's just Susan, arguably our least favorite of the four. Sorry, Susan. Just, you know, we have affinity for Lucy. We like Edmund's turn. We think Peter's a cool guy, and Susan just kind of gets left over. And so it's like, well, I have to have one of these guys fall away. It's got to be Susan, I guess. So I don't know. Maybe if you wrote another book, he'd have Susan come back, but whatever. Okay. Well, guys, today on Looking Back, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the podcast or are coming to this for the first time, please don't listen to this episode unless you have listened to our conversations on the previous Narnia books, because this is our kind of recap episode. We're going to be summing up all our thoughts. We're going to be ranking things. We're going to be having conversations like the best side character, the coolest concept, when Lewis was the most heretical, that all that kind of stuff. So, no joke. That's something on here.
I know. I'm just laughing because it's so something you would put on there.
Yeah, it is something I would put on there. Anyway, I want to say we're looking back. So we're going to be, like I said, ranking all that kind of stuff, discussing what we've talked about already. So make sure to listen to those episodes before you click on this one. This is like the capstone to our entire Narnia, nine episode at this point, Narnia discussion. So guys, the first category we have set before us is this, the best side character, okay? And so we can split this up into male or female if we want to. Do you guys want to do that?
Is
I
it
think we just
necessary?
Go with best side character, yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like, sorry, but like, are there any major female side characters? I mean, there are main characters, but
No, I don't think so.
I mean, you could argue. Well, I guess we'll talk about villain later, but
you could argue Erebus.
Well, she's really a main character.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, well, we'll leave this one just best side character. So I think that the only two nominees are Puddleglum and REEPICHEEP, right?
Well, there's no discussion then.
Well, there's also the centaur,
REEPICHEEP, right?
There's there's the all-knowing centaur. Oh, there's Trumpkin too.
Yeah, I mean he's fun, but we don't get to spend like much time with him. You know, like we don't grow to love him.
But listen,
and okay,
REEPICHEEP is on the list.
So
why are we even questioning this?
Okay. Here's the deal. Here's what I want to happen. I'm gonna make the case, for Mr. Tumnus. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't believe in that case. I'm actually wholeheartedly a Puddleglum fan. But then I want to at least like make the case for Tumnus because I think he often gets overlooked in these discussions that we've been having. So here's the case for Tumnus.
All right.
If you talk to any kid about Narnia, the first image that's gonna pop into their mind is Mr. Tumnus in the woods with an umbrella over his head, with brown paper packages in his arms, with a lamppost. Like that's just iconic, right? And there's a reason at the very end, one of the only side characters we get to hear from is Mr. Tumnus talking to Lucy. Like Mr. Tumnus is just an integral part of the story of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, the story of Lucy, and ultimately is a really lovable character because we feel for him. He's in a tough decision. He's in a tough spot, a difficult decision to make, and he doesn't betray his friends, and he gets paid back for it by the witch in a most gruesome way. And then when we see him get to come back to life again, it's an awesome moment. So I think that he's a really iconic character. I think he's essential to Narnia, and I think that ultimately legacy and the iconic nature of Mr. Tumnus carries the day. So there's the case. I don't think it's compelling at all.
Me neither.
But I just wanted to make it because I feel like people would be shouting at us over the radio waves. So Puddleglum is still the best character, though, side character. Okay, but
no, sorry, he's close.
Isaiah or Tanner.
It's REEPICHEEP, and I'm going to make the case for REEPICHEEP, and then you can give the argument for Puddleglum, because in the same way that we recognize the argument for Mr. Tumnus to be legit, I recognize your argument for Puddleglum. But
even though it's wrong.
REEPICHEEP is better. And for these reasons. First of all, this honorable mouse. What kind of the best side character has to be the most vigilant character in the entire series? REEPICHEEP. REEPICHEEP has the most heartfelt moments of all of the side characters in Narnia because of the fact that he was in 2 books, both of which he was almost the exact same character. And there's the case for REEPICHEEP. Fight it if you will.
Okay. Well, I'm going to argue for Puddleglum, and that's just because I think Puddleglum is hilarious. I think he's funny. I think that Lewis has a lot of affinity for him. He is more lovable than REEPICHEEP, in my opinion. And also, I think that REEPICHEEP is wrong more than we give him credit for. Like, reading Don Treader again, like, he kind of goads people into doing what he wants by feigning honor, and it's like a false sense of honor. Like, we forget that he made them go through the dark place by just saying, well, it wouldn't be honorable if we didn't sail through the darkness here, which is actually pretty bad when you think about it. And also, he says, when he dives into the water and tastes the sweet water, he was diving in to fight a mermaid who was, like, looking wrong at Lucy. Like, that's the kind of honor that REEPICHEEP is talking about. And I think that Lewis thinks that he's wrong more than we give him credit for. I think Puddleglum is ultimately the hero of Silver Chair by being a lovable cynic, by doubting his doubts, and by ultimately stamping out the fire. And I think that's the case of Puddleglum.
Did he just say by doubting his doubts?
Yes, he doubts his doubts.
It's
That's what makes him great.
It's a very admirable thing, actually. I think we should all doubt our doubts.
See,
Yeah. And me and Tanner talk about that in Silverchair too. Like at the scene as where he stamps on the fire with the loot and the green smoke and stuff.
A very
I
admirable
think
thing.
So
That's why he should be ranked number 2 in side characters.
Okay. Well, we agree then. I mean, you agree. It's Reepicheep, Puddleglum. I'd say it's Puddleglum, Reepicheep, and then Mr. Tumnus is a distant third.
Yes.
yep, I agree.
Is there anyone else who deserves mention?
Who are other side characters?
The Tiz Rock. May he live forever.
Okay, is there a side character, or is there like just comical character that's like on the sidelines for the entire thing?
I feel like that's the Tiz Rock, honestly. He's just like there for the entirety of like every Narnia book, and he's just there being hated on by everybody.
Yeah, being mocked. Oh well.
Yeah.
Okay, move on. Next category is the best main character. We can split this up into male and female.
Yes, as it should.
So I think the 2 contenders for main character are Edmund and Eustace.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I was gonna say
And-
Edmund. That's mine. So
Okay, you're gonna say Edmund.
Mhm.
Yeah. There's Shasta, but I think that I like Edmund or Eustace better.
They have better
I
story
really
arcs.
Don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I agree. I think I'm leaning you. Well, Evans is iconic as well, but as we've seen, the iconic argument doesn't really play with this podcast, does it? Because Mr. Tumnus failed. But I think Eustace's storyline is really great and really more relatable. Like, I mean, we've all like felt bad and been mean to our siblings, but have we turned them into a wicked witch? But like Eustace is more of like a relatable kind of guy and turns around and becomes a pretty good character in Silverchair and Last Battle as well. So that's my argument for Eustace. Edmund, you said Isaiah. Do you want to make a case for him?
I don't know if I really have like a case like what y'all are talking about. But I don't know. I just kind of liked him a lot throughout the books that he was in. I thought he was just a good character, like had a good character arc and journey and all that. And was, I guess, just written well by Lewis.
Yeah.
And was likable.
Okay. Well, Tanner, what do you think?
I think I lean towards Eustace the most for the reasons that you stated. But I also think that we need to have an honorable mention for Tyrion, Prince Tyrion. What a relatable character, honestly. Like, he's Eustace except more extreme.
He's like Reepicheep and Eustace together.
Yes.
He's a competent Eustace with the honor of Reepicheep.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, that's my honorable mention.
Cool. So Isaiah, you're going Edmund. Me and Tanner are going Eustace.
Yep. Although Eustace is still good.
Okay.
He's like a second.
Yes. Yeah. And so is Edmund. Edmund's great.
He just doesn't hold.
He
doesn't hold that kind of sense of relatability that Eustace does. That's what it comes down
Okay,
to.
female main character. We got Jill. We got Lucy. We got Susan. We got Erebus. I want to go Lucy, and I think the iconic argument's working out. Lucy's cute. Jill is just kind of an annoying character at first, and anyway, I just get it. Like Silverchair, everything that happens to them is so much worse because of Jill.
Yeah,
so like I'm gonna say it's the worst side of Jill, but like I think that Lucy's cute. She's fun. She's iconic, and Lewis obviously loves her and
cannot make the wrong decision. Like even while trying to.
I know. She's a character like we talked about from like Dickens or from that character from Jane Eyre. What's her name? But I like it, so I'm going Lucy.
Okay. Fair.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I'm gonna have to follow in suit, just because, like, I don't know. I feel like her like cuteness just kind of wins the day when it comes to all of that. Like her innocent, her innocence when it comes to all
like
of
Sarah
this.
Cobbler, Tanner.
What? Oh,
Just like Sarah Cobbler.
ha 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 ha. Okay, we're done.
Isaiah, what about you?
I'd probably have to say Lucy too, and yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean, you guys already said
All in
reasons.
agreement.
So
I feel like Erebus is a close second, though.
She is. She's a good character. I like Erebus.
Mhm.
She's just so, I don't know, she feels like Puddleglum, just like so cynical, except cynical of like the world. Like,
Wow, that
Wow,
was
not-
deep.
Well, so is Puddleglum.
That no.
I mean,
I
she's just
of like of
stuck up.
people. Yeah, stuck up. That's the word I was
She
looking
has
for.
the best. She has one of the best character arcs, which is the argument for her over Lucy.
Hmm.
Because Lucy doesn't have much of an arc necessarily.
Lucy's just
But she
Lucy
does.
and drives the story on.
Yep. Yep. But I think,
Agreed.
I mean, I'm still siding with Lucy here. So, okay, great. Glad we're all in agreement. Best villain. Is there any discussion here? We have Tash. We have the witch from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Jadis. We have Rabadash the Ridiculous.
What a name,
We have
Rabash.
King Miraz. We have, let's see, what other ones do we have? The Lady of the Green Kirtle. And a bunch of, like, random villains from Voyage of the Dawn Treader. So, what do you guys want to say?
Okay. Originally, when I was thinking about this,
Or is it Lewis's heresy? Who knows?
Cooper. Oh man, you guys, he just wanted to have this episode so we could talk about Lewis being heretical in these books.
No.
Yes,
yes.
I love Narnia.
So, originally I leaned towards Jadis just because she's
Mhm.
like
Iconic.
dope. Yes, iconic.
And I think she's really good in Magician's Nephew, too.
Yeah.
Especially, like, the Jadis we get a glimpse of from Charn, too.
Yes.
That Jadis is my number one villain.
Yes,
Mhm.
for sure. But I very much enjoy the words Rabadash, like in The Horse and His Boy. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, he's so incredibly stupid, but he's also so hateable that you can't like. He's so like I don't know. He just has that mixture of like I want to laugh right now at what you're doing, but you're being so terrible that I can't.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
I agree with you, but I think that just because he's just a fool, then I'm going to go with Jadis because she's a more interesting villain, personally.
And just is more iconic
But-
to the whole Narnia story. Like
Yeah, and
everyone
more
knows
iconic
her.
as well. Yeah, exactly. I am kind of a guy for, going for the icon as well. So, yeah, Jadis for me, Jadis for Tanner. Nope. Jadis for Isaiah. Sorry,
I was about
and
to say that ain't Tanner.
Rabadash for Tanner.
with Jadis as a
Nope.
close second for the record.
Okay.
I'm not discounting
Cool.
anything y'all are saying. I just think that the foolishness of Rabadash adds a little bit more oomph for me.
Yeah, no, Rabadash is fun. He's a fun character, and we get that awesome quote, which actually I might come up later when we talk about the best quote from the series. But made a best quote from him.
Oh, geez.
About him.
Yeah.
Okay, next category. And this is one of the weirdest categories here, but best Aslan appearance. What book do you feel like Aslan is the best in? Because he's a little different in all of them.
Oh, geez.
Like in the first one, he's just kind of there and is like romping around. A little bit like that in Caspian as well. But after that, he's kind of more aloof and shows up only when necessary. So, what do you guys think? I know it's a tough question. I'll start us off. I'll say Don Treader. And I'm excluding the end of Don Treader where he like shows up as a lamb. I think we talked about that. Me and Isaiah did. That's a little weird for me. But him showing up to Lucy after she did the Magician's Book and things like that, that was a good Aslan appearance.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that for that reason, I'm gonna go with. Oh, and I'll also Eustace as well when he
Yes.
peels
Peels up
Eustace's.
the...
That image has stayed with me forever.
Yes.
So I'm gonna
same
go
here.
Don Treader personally.
Yes, Don Treader all the way.
I don't really know if I have like a favorite, so I guess I'll just say Don Treader, but I kind of just like them all.
Yeah.
Horse
Yeah.
and His Boy though.
I mean-
Horse and His Boy had some good ones too. Like you have to
Mhm.
you have to give the credit there.
Mm-hmm.
That had some good Aslan appearances, even though
I
you
mean,
didn't know
all
they
pretty
were.
good, so I'm just gonna.
Yeah, they were all pretty good.
So yeah.
Okay. Next is the coolest concept. So I'm gonna interpret this how you will. There are a bunch of just cool ideas and concepts. So yeah, like I said, interpret concept how you will and have fun. Let's make some cases here. What do you think, Isaiah? What's like the coolest idea or concept from Narnia?
Oh boy. Like, So like just coolest thing from it, idea. anything that he did in there?
Yeah. I mean, we got Bism. You know, the whole idea of Bism, underground, where you can eat jewels or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
Drink them.
Okay, yeah, okay, I get what you're saying now.
You got, like gold water from Dawn Treader. Let's see. Charn is. I mean, even Charn could be called a concept.
Yeah.
I like the idea of Charn. I like Silverchair. Might one for me just because of all the cool stuff underworld in the underworld.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of.
That was pretty good. Here, while Isaiah's thinking, I'm gonna give him some brainstorming through my choices.
Oh.
Okay, here.
So as far as best like book concept, like the actual book itself as an entirety, it has to go Horse and His Boy. Best concept, best like fulfillment of the concept.
So you like
journey.
Aslan just driving the plot forward.
Yes, I did.
Actively making things happen.
But as far as like the best concept thing, right? When we're not talking about like an actual full book, I have to go with the stars being people. Like,
okay, that's true.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, that's another quote that'll come up as well. Like, in our world, that's only what it is, but not what it's made of. Is that what it is, or no? What it's made of, not what it is.
Yeah.
Something like that. I don't know what the quote is. But
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I forgot about that stars being people one.
Yeah, stars being people wins out for me, with Bism being like close second.
Yeah.
Just what kind of, I don't know, like what amount of genius it is to think of diamonds and emeralds as things that you could eat if they were hot enough.
Yeah, and also like the things that you get are not alive; like they're just dead.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
So close. So.
Just hats off for that thought process right there. Like
another thing we talk about, concept being like an image. Like I mentioned earlier, Tumnus, In the Snow, Umbrella, Parcels, Lamppost. Like that's an image just burned in your brain.
Yes.
That is really iconic. The stone table being broken in two.
The dragon skin being peeled off.
Yes,
of
exactly.
That,
man.
As far as like image, that is the image. Like,
yeah.
If you could sum up all of Narnia in one picture, it would be that.
Use this as the description of like a scab, like
yes,
it hurts but it feels fun. Like that stuck with me since I was like 6 or 7.
And like the excruciating pain of like the tearing. Oh man.
Yeah, but the refreshing. Oh man. Yep. So image is also out there. Anyway, all to say, Isaiah, made your decision yet?
Yeah. So, I mean, I think I have 2. I would have to say one. I mean, one of them has got to be that whole thing that, I mean, this is what Tanner said too, but with Charn or whatever it's called, where you can eat the diamonds and jewels. I mean, that's just
or
like,
Bism.
Bism, yeah, not Charn, whatever. Wrong name. My bad. And then I don't know, like the other one. I don't know if I can just pick one, but I have to say just like all the stuff that's in the Voyage of Dawn Treader. Like you guys mentioned most of them.
Yeah.
But like that book has so many of these like concepts like that. It's just really good with that.
Yeah, all over Dawn Treader. That's like the fun of it. It's just coming with concept, cool concept, idea. The sweet water, the glass water at the end, the lilies, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I agree. That's a good pick, Isaiah. So yeah, I might actually go Dawn Treader with you, like just those kind of things. But Bism's pretty cool too. So, okay. Well, let's do this next. Okay, it is most heretical. Next, so I think that it probably goes to the last battle at the very end. Whatever good deed you did for Tash, you actually did for me. That stuff. I'm probably going with that. I mean, if we really want to break down, we have like the weird Caspian like party with the pagan deities, and you know what I'm talking about, like the romp thingamajig. It's like Bacchus.
That's the most controversial for me. I've explained why I don't think
that is just like weird.
Yeah.
And gross and disgusting.
Yeah. So I can't fully agree with you on him being heretical in the last battle, just because of the argument that I made last episode. Entirely, if you remember.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, what Lewis intended and what Lewis wrote are maybe different things. I mean, he's a very good communicator, though. And so, what we have in Last Battle is pretty explicitly not biblical. So, I don't know. But whatever. Okay. Going with Caspian things.
Caspian
so, Isaiah,
things.
what about you? There are some little moments in like the end of Don Shredder, like I talked about, where he's the lamb, and he's like, "I'm known by another name in your world. Find me there." That's kind of like, and then when talking to Aslan is like, "Consume me. I'd rather be eaten by you than be alive."
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, that part was a
hold
bit
up.
weird.
Yeah.
Um.
So we have plenty of options to choose from. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, that part was eaten, whatever. That was just weird. Rather be eaten by you than whatever the other option. I forgot what it was. But
That still confuses me, honestly.
Yes, that's really weird.
It was a bit weird.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Okay. Well, here's an important question, guys. We talked about this. Me and Tanner, we've mentioned kind of Lewis has been weird in some places. Why does that not prevent you from reading these books at all? Like, when you have a discussion, like, I mean, it's probably just pretty simple. Just chew and spit. Like, these are great stories. Among children's literature, there's almost none parallel, none not even close to Narnia. And if you have to put up with a little weirdness here and there, talk it through with your kids, talk it through with your siblings, younger siblings, whatever. Like, it's there. It's weird. Point it out, and discuss it, but don't let that prevent you from enjoying all else that's great about Narnia, which is a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, I agree.
anything you guys want to add about that?
I agree. It's in the same
Okay.
way that I read all of these other books that are supposed to be allegories, but like almost
Right.
entirely fail. But I still find hidden gems within the moldy bread.
Exactly. And Narnia's not moldy bread, by the way. It's like finding, a raisin in an oatmeal raisin cookie. It's still a good cookie, but like, why is the raisin in there? That's a joke. I like oatmeal raisin cookies. I like raisin in them, but okay.
I was talking
Next
about
is the
I was talking
best
about
quote.
like legitimate
Oh,
bad
yeah,
books.
you're right.
Like
You're right.
we're
And that's
talking
the
like
thing. Don't treat Narnia like it's just perfectly flawless and that there's nothing wrong with it, because that's
Yes.
not true. There are things wrong, things that need to be discussed. So in the same way, like Tanner said, like you would treat any other allegory, any other book like this, treat Narnia like that.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a couple on my bookshelf that I don't know why my mother gave me.
Yeah, no, same here. Like, I'm like, how did I read? I'm not letting my kid read that. That's for sure. Not because of anything necessarily like content wise, but just they're not good. Okay, best quote.
Oh man.
I want to put forward a couple here.
I want
First, and the one that I'll end up going with likely is, there was a boy called Eustace Clarence Scrubb, and he almost deserved it. There's that. There's,
that was pretty good.
Never taunt a man save when he is stronger than you, then as you please. Horse and his boy. It's pretty good. Pretty good advice. What are some other ones here?
There's the last paragraph just of the last battle.
That's true. That's definitely worth mentioning.
It feels a little bit low to choose that one as the best quote, but
yeah, I mean, I know, but I understand what you're saying. There's the one I mentioned earlier, Don Shredder. In your world, it's not what stars are, but only what they're made of. That kind of thing. Let's see, what other ones do we have? Any good Aslan quotes? I mean, there are probably some good ones.
he's
We're
not
not
a
thinking of
tame
right now.
lion.
He's not a tame lion. Me and Tanner talked about it, but my favorite part of Last Battle is just him parodying that and making fun of people who misuse it. So
Yes.
I love how Lewis is self-aware.
Yes.
But okay, I'm going Eustace Clarence Scrubb. Almost deserved it.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yeah, that one was good. I do like the star one though.
Yeah.
So I think both those are good.
Okay. I'm glad we can all pretty much agree.
Yep.
Next, here we are, guys. The best book ranking. Okay. So earlier today, everybody ranked the Narnia books. I have compiled them, but have not done the final calculations yet. So, actually, Isaiah, will you get your calculator so we can do this?
Hold on. Yeah.
Your phone nearby? Okay. Obviously, you.
Well, yeah, it was like sitting on the opposite side of the room, but yes.
Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna give you. You're just gonna average it out based on where we ranked them. Okay. So you and Tanner both ranked The Last Battle first, and I ranked it fifth. So add that up. 115 divided by 3.
2.3.
2.3. Okay.
It's more like
See here, we have the void to the
2.3333333333 for
Yeah, yeah. Repeating. Okay. So we have, I ranked the silver chair first, you ranked it third, and Tanner ranked it fourth.
2.667.
2.667. All right. Let's do Horse and His Boy.
Mhm.
Tanner ranked it second. Me and Isaiah, I ranked it fourth, and then you ranked it fifth.
3.667.
3.667. All right. Magician's Nephew. Me and Tanner both ranked it third, and Isaiah ranked it fourth. As we know, the 367, isn't it?
3.33 for Infinity.
Oh, 3.33.
Right?
Cool. Okay. Yep. Silver chair.
Yeah.
I ranked it first. Isaiah ranked it third, and Tanner ranked it fourth.
2.667.
Wait, did we already do that? We already did that. My bad.
Cooper.
Okay. Prince Caspian. Isaiah ranked it second. I ranked it seventh, and Tanner ranked it sixth.
5.
5 even.
Yep.
Okay. Don Treader. I ranked it second. Isaiah ranked it sixth, and Tanner ranked it fifth.
Where it belonged, for the
4.33
record.
Infinity.
Where it belonged. I was criticized for that choice.
And then we have Lion the Witch in the Wardrobe. Me and Isaiah both ranked it last, and Tanner. I'm sorry. Isaiah and Tanner both ranked it last. I ranked it next to last.
Definitely where it belonged.
6.67.
Okay. I think that's all of them.
Not a clue. I don't know.
Okay, so our final rankings, guys. In first place, thanks to a outstanding performance on both Isaiah and Tanner's spreadsheets, The Last Battle,
Okay, I agree.
with an average of 2.3. And by the way, if someone wants to go back and listen to our episodes and see how we actually ranked them
Before.
after we read them,
Oh.
our lamppost rating, I don't know how different they'd be, but they might be different. So
Maybe.
we're
I
not
kind of
doing
forgot
enough
what I
of
already
that.
did
We're
off
doing
of that
enough
lamppost rating.
Yeah, I know. I didn't keep track of it.
No, it's been
so
a while.
okay.
It was based on what
In
we
third
felt
place.
afterwards.
In third place, The Magician's Nephew.
I think you skipped number 2.
No, it's over here, didn't? Oh, I did. I did skip it. Gosh, thank you, Isaiah. Where would I be without you? In second place, The Silver Chair, with an average of 2.667. Thanks mostly to my first place ranking, I think.
Yep.
So, okay, yeah. And then third place, Magician's Nephew, 3.33. Pretty good. I think that's all. I think we're all pretty happy with that one. In fourth place, we have The Horse and His Boy, which with an average of 3.667. So I don't know, Tanner. Is that ranked too low for you?
It's one spot too low.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked it, but compared, okay. And then in fourth place or fifth place, we have Voyage of the Dawn Treader at 4.33 average.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have, in next to last place, Prince Caspian with fifth. And
Yeah, I don't agree
last
with that
place,
one, but okay.
shockingly, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Really? Wow. I didn't know that.
Yes. Now, here's the deal. If we had to put one of these Narnia books, I think we've said this before, in a vault, it would have to be The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
It would.
Definitely
it's
agreed.
iconic. And everyone
Right.
knows it. But
Right. And part of that is we're just so familiar with it that, unfortunately, it's not as cool or new or whatever. But as a book, as an artifact, it's first.
We've hit the bottom of the barrel of what we can drink out of that.
Yeah, exactly. It's there's a new barrel right here. Let's drink some of that. Okay. Anybody else want to say anything about their rankings? Any final thoughts on Narnia, guys, before we close it out?
good book series and would recommend.
Yep.
My childhood in 7 books.
Wow.
That's what we should title this episode.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you guys, to the listener, by the way, enjoyed listening to this because I know you did. I hope that you guys enjoyed our takes on Narnia, our discussion. I hope you found it helpful as you discuss these books with your family, with your friends, etc. Please make sure to leave a 5-star rating and review support us on patreon.com/bookinit. And if you do, we get to shout your name out on the show, which I'm about to do.
Which you skipped last week,
for
by the
our
way.
patrons. Yeah, I did, because it was 50 minutes, Isaiah. Do you want to add donor shoutouts? I didn't think so.
But they paid for it.
Okay, you know what? We'll shout them out twice today, Isaiah. Okay, I'm going to say the patron, and then you're going to say if they...
We're going to say their name
that
again.
are-
That way we can get through this faster. Then they'll be shouted out
Okay,
twice.
I'm just going to say their name, and then Tanner and Isaiah, you repeat their name and shout them out loudly. Nana.
Nana.
Isaiah, you got to say it too.
Oh, I thought it was just one of us. Oh, Nana.
Grandpappy and Wayla.
Grandpappy and
Grandpappy and Wayla.
Guys, come on. You paid for this. Mike and Sylvia.
Mike and
My
Sylvia.
grandparents.
Mike and Laura.
Mike
My
and
parents.
Laura.
Anna.
Anna.
Emily.
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 Becky.
My sister
Becky.
Becky.
Lizzie.
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 And Keenan.
Keenan.
Well, thank you guys so much again. The reception that we've had in terms of just download numbers and reviews left and things like that over the past couple weeks has been awesome to see. Thank you guys, really, we appreciate it. Well, looking ahead, guys, next week we have, or not next week, 2 weeks from now we have the Phantom Tollbooth, which I'm reading again right now. It's very exciting, and I've also, sadly enough, picked up Keeper of the Lost Cities from the library, and I read the first chapter, and I had forgotten that genre of book existed. The YA/middle grade, kind of straddling the line.
Oh,
And
man.
The first chapter was like so nondescript. It could have been part of Percy Jackson. It could have been part of some other book series that I've read. Like, anyway, that's
Oh,
foreshadowing, by the way, guys.
to all of
And
you
I just
guys.
forgot that it existed, and for a good reason, because I didn't read many books because they were all bad. In that genre.
To all of you guys looking forward to that episode, don't.
Yeah, if you think we're gonna applaud it, I'm sorry. I apologize. We'll be fair, but being fair sometimes means being a little harsh.
I mean,
We'll
I
give
don't
credit
think
where
it's
credit
bad,
is
but-
due.
I don't think it's
insults
great,
It might be
when
interesting.
but I don't
It
think
might
it's
be.
bad.
Okay.
Like, it's just good, but
Yeah,
not.
and we just
great.
read Narnia too, so
Yeah.
I'm coming off like peak children's lit into this.
That's fair.
So, okay, we'll see you guys next time with Phantom Tollbooth. Until then.
Keep on booking it.